There comes a quiet moment at the end of a long day when everything begins to slow down. The noise may still be there for a little while. Thoughts may still be moving. Feelings may still be rising and falling like waves. Yet beneath all of that, there is a softer place that is always present. It is calm. It is steady. It is peaceful. This is the place within that knows how to rest. This is the place within that knows how to heal. Tonight is not asking for effort. Tonight is not asking for answers. Tonight is not asking for perfection. Tonight is offering something much kinder. Tonight is offering rest. Sweet, gentle, healing rest. There is nothing to prove here. There is nothing to chase here. There is nothing to fix in this very moment. The day has already done what it could do, and now a new kind of wisdom is ready to take over. The wisdom of stillness, the wisdom of softness, the wisdom of letting go. So much of life can feel like holding on to plans, holding on to worry, holding on to old hurt, holding on to the hope that one more thought, one more try, one more push will finally make everything settle. And yet peace often comes in a very different way. Peace comes when the hands of the mind begin to open. Peace comes when the heart no longer fights the moment. Peace comes when the body is told with love that it is safe now. This is a time for that safety, a time for gentleness, a time for breathing a little deeper and allowing the day to loosen its grip. Even when the mind has been busy, even when the emotions have felt heavy, even when the heart has felt tired, there is a part within that is untouched by all of that noise. A part within that remains whole. A part within that remains wise. A part within that knows life is still working for good, even now. It is all right if the day has felt messy. It is all right if the heart has carried things quietly. It is all right if there have been moments of sadness, moments of fear, moments of not knowing what comes next. These moments do not mean something has gone wrong. They simply mean the soul has been living, learning, stretching, and feeling. And every feeling that has moved through this day can now be placed into softer hands, loving hands, healing hands, the kind hands of the universe. The night has its own medicine. The dark sky does not ask questions. It does not rush. It does not force. It simply covers the world in a blanket of quiet and says, rest now. Life will continue. Healing will continue. The heart will continue. Tomorrow does not need to be carried into this moment. Tomorrow can wait. This moment belongs to peace. There is comfort in knowing that life is not only happening in the busy hours. Healing is not only happening when something is being figured out. Growth is not only happening when action is being taken. Some of the deepest healing happens in silence. Some of the greatest changes begin in stillness. Some of the most beautiful answers rise when the mind finally becomes quiet enough to receive them. This is why this moment matters so much. It is not empty. It is full. It is full of quiet support, full of unseen love, full of gentle help. Even now, as the body begins to soften and the breath begins to settle, something beautiful is already taking place. The nervous system begins to calm. The heart begins to release. The mind begins to loosen old loops of fear and effort. Sleep is not just a break from the day. Sleep is a return to the self, a return to balance, a return to peace. There is no need to earn this peace. There is no need to be different first. There is no need to get every part of life in order before rest can begin. Peace is available now. Love is available now. Rest is available now. This very breath can be softer. This very moment can be kinder. This very night can become a turning point. Not because everything outside suddenly changes, but because the soul decides it is safe enough to let go. And letting go does not mean giving up. It does not mean not caring. It does not mean becoming passive. Letting go means trusting that not every door must be pushed open by force. It means trusting that life knows how to move. It means trusting that healing is not always loud. Sometimes healing is a whisper. Sometimes healing is a breath. Sometimes healing is the simple act of lying down and allowing the body to know at last that the struggle can pause. There is such power in saying softly within, I am willing to rest. I am willing to be held by this moment. I am willing to let peace reach me. These are gentle words, but they carry deep healing. The body listens. The heart listens. The mind listens. Life listens. And when loving words are chosen, the whole being begins to respond. A soft inner voice can say, now, all is well in this moment. I am safe in the arms of life. I release this day with love. These words do not have to be forced. They can simply float through the mind like light across water. They can settle where they are needed. They can become a soft rhythm for the heart. They can become a place to rest. The day does not need to be carried any longer. Every conversation can be placed down. Every worry can be placed down. Every unfinished thing can be placed down for now. The night knows what to do with burdens. The night knows how to dissolve what no longer needs to be held so tightly. There is wisdom in sleep. There is healing in surrender. There is love in this pause. This is a beautiful moment to feel the truth that life is still on the side of healing. Even after a hard day, even after tears, even after doubt, even after exhaustion, love has not left. Support has not left. Possibility has not left. The universe is still present, quietly, gently, faithfully present. It has not forgotten a single prayer of the heart. It has not overlooked a single longing for peace. It has not missed the silent need for comfort. All of it is known. it is held. So the invitation tonight is very simple. Come back to softness. Come back to the breath. Come back to the quiet place within that does not need to fear the night. Let the body be heavy. Let the mind be less busy. Let the heart feel supported. Let sleep become sacred again. Let rest become a form of trust. Let this night be a loving return to peace. There is no need to hurry into that peace. It can unfold slowly. One breath at a time. One softened thought at a time. One quiet release at a time. This is enough. This is more than enough. The healing does not have to be dramatic to be real. The shift does not have to be loud to be powerful. What matters is the willingness to stop resisting this moment and allow love to do what love has always known how to do: restore, soothe, and heal. The body has carried so much today. It may have carried tension in the shoulders, heaviness in the chest, tightness in the stomach, tiredness in the eyes, or a restless feeling that moved through the whole system. The body is always listening to the tone of thought, always responding to the weather of emotion. When the day is full, the body often tries to hold everything together. It does its best. It stays alert. It stays ready. It stays awake inside, even when rest is deeply needed. That is why this moment of release is such a gift. The mind, too, has worked very hard. It may have moved through questions with no clear answers. It may have repeated the same thoughts again and again, hoping that more thinking would bring relief. It may have searched for control, searched for certainty, searched for some sign that everything will be all right. This is what the mind often does when it feels afraid. It tries to protect. It tries to solve. It tries to prepare for every outcome. And yet, by the end of the day, that effort can become its own kind of pain. Tonight, that hard-working mind can rest. It does not need to stand guard over the night. It does not need to keep holding every fear in place. It can soften now. It can quiet now. It can be thanked for trying so hard and then invited gently into peace. There is such tenderness in telling the mind, "Thank you for all your effort. Thank you for trying to protect. Now it is safe to rest." Many burdens are carried without words. The quiet worry about what is next, the old pain that has not fully healed, the sense of being stretched too thin, the feeling of carrying hopes that seem fragile, the sadness that sits silently beneath a smile. The heart knows these things. The body knows these things. And because they have been carried for so long, sometimes they feel normal. Sometimes they feel like part of life itself. But they are not meant to be carried without pause. They are not meant to remain locked in the body forever. This is a time to set some of that weight down. Not forever if that feels too big. Just for tonight. Just for now. The worries do not need to disappear before peace can begin. The heart does not need to have every wound healed before rest is allowed. There can be peace in the middle of healing. There can be rest in the middle of unanswered questions. There can be softness even while life is still unfolding. A simple thought can begin to open that space. I do not have to carry everything right now. That one thought alone can bring relief. It can loosen the jaw. It can soften the chest. It can tell the body that the emergency is over, at least for this moment. Another gentle truth can follow it. I release the need to solve tonight. I release the need to force tomorrow. I release the need to hold this day any longer. Each thought is like opening a window in a room that has been closed too long. Fresh air begins to enter. Light begins to shift. There are days when the emotions feel loud and days when they feel numb. There are days when fear speaks in clear words and days when it simply sits as a weight with no name. Yet all of these feelings can be met with compassion. They do not need to be judged. They do not need to be pushed away. They can be noticed, blessed, and released into the loving care of the night. Sometimes it helps to think of the day as a bundle being carried in the arms. Every task, every concern, every pain, every hope tied up tightly and held close. By evening, the arms are tired. The heart is tired. The whole being is asking for relief. This is the moment to place that bundle down. Not because it is unimportant, but because it deserves more loving care than tired hands can give. The universe can hold what no longer needs to be held alone. There is beauty in allowing that handover to happen. A quiet inner prayer can say, I give this day to love. I release these worries to the wisdom of life. I am willing to be supported while I sleep. Such thoughts calm the spirit. They shift the energy from effort to trust. They create room for peace to enter. And peace needs room. Peace comes where there is willingness. Peace comes where there is softness. Peace comes where the inner voice begins to choose gentleness over fear. The body feels that change right away. Thoughts and feelings are not just passing clouds with no effect. They touch every part of life within. Fear can tighten muscles, shorten breath, speed the here, and keep the body ready for danger. Loving thoughts do something very different. Loving thoughts tell the body, you may rest now, you may soften now, you may heal now. This is why the thoughts chosen at night matter so much. They become the final message the body receives before sleep. They become the emotional blanket carried into the night. So tonight, the inner message can be changed. Instead of saying there is too much, the heart can hear there is enough for this moment. Instead of saying something must be fixed right now, the mind can hear healing is already beginning. Instead of saying peace must wait until everything is perfect, the whole being can hear peace is welcome now. Such changes may seem small, but they are powerful. Small, loving thoughts repeated with tenderness can reshape the emotional world from the inside. The night is especially kind to this kind of healing. In the daytime, there are many voices, many tasks, many demands. But the evening offers a natural slowing down. It offers a sacred pause. It offers the chance to return inward and ask, what am I ready to lay down now? What can be given to peace? What can be released into the greater hands of life? Every answer is welcome. Worry can be released. Regret can be released. Pressure can be released. Even the need to understand everything can be released. There is freedom in not having to know all the steps tonight. There is freedom in allowing mystery. There is freedom in allowing life to work in ways the mind cannot yet see. One thought at a time, the weight begins to shift. One breath at a time, the body begins to trust. One loving word at a time, the nervous system begins to settle. The shoulders drop. The face softens. The breath deepens. The heart feels less alone. This is healing in motion. Quiet healing, gentle healing, nighttime healing. And there is no need to judge how long it takes. Some nights the release happens quickly. Some nights the mind wanders for a while before it settles. Some nights emotions rise before they soften. All of this is all right. The process does not need to look perfect to be sacred. What matters is the willingness to return again and again to kindness. Kindness is a healing force. A kind thought can do what force never can. A kind thought can melt resistance. A kind thought can soften fear. A kind thought can bring the body back from tension to ease. This is why a soft inner sentence can be so powerful before sleep. Something as simple as, I am willing to rest now. Or this day is complete. Or I let life hold me tonight. These thoughts carry medicine. They go where they are needed. The day has taken what it could take. Now the night gives back. It gives quiet. It gives repair. It gives stillness. It gives the body a chance to restore what stress has scattered. It gives the heart a chance to return to itself. It gives the soul a chance to breathe without pressure. All of this begins when the weight of the day is no longer clutched so tightly. A soft release is enough. A small surrender is enough. This moment of laying down what has been carried is enough. There is no need to do it perfectly. Love understands the effort that has already been made. Life understands the tiredness. The universe is not asking for one more push. It is asking for trust. It is asking for rest. It is asking for permission to help. And permission can sound like this. I open to peace. I allow rest to restore me. I release this day with love. I do not carry this alone. These words are not just nice ideas. They are signals. Signals to the body that healing is allowed. Signals to the heart that support is real. signals to the mind that it no longer has to work so hard. This is how the weight begins to lift. This is how the evening becomes holy. This is how rest turns into renewal. There is something so beautiful about the night because it does not ask life to prove itself. It simply allows life to continue in secret, quiet ways. While the world becomes still, something greater remains in motion. The stars keep their place. The moon moves in perfect rhythm. The earth turns without struggle. The breath continues. The heart continues. Life continues. There is order even in silence. There is wisdom even in darkness. There is support even when nothing seems to be happening. So often the mind believes that healing must be seen to be trusted. It wants signs. It wants proof. It wants clear answers and neat timing. Yet so much of life's most important work happens out of sight. Seeds do not break open in bright noise. They begin in the dark, beneath the soil, where no one can see their first movement. Roots grow in hidden places. Flowers prepare in silence before they ever bloom. Night itself teaches this truth so gently. Just because something cannot be seen does not mean nothing is happening. The same is true for healing. The same is true for answers. The same is true for the quiet help of the universe. There are moments when everything appears still on the surface, and yet underneath, life is rearranging, restoring, clearing, and preparing. A delay may be protection. A pause may be healing. A silent season may be the place where new strength is quietly gathering. What looks empty is often full of unseen movement. This thought can bring such comfort at night. There is no need to force what is already unfolding in the right way. There is no need to push every door when the right one is being prepared. There is no need to fear every unknown when wisdom is active even in the unseen. The universe does not stop working when the eyes close. In many ways, that is when resistance softens enough for deeper healing to begin. Sleep is not a time of absence. It is a time of sacred allowance. It is a time when the mind loosens its constant grip and something deeper becomes easier to reach. During sleep, the body repairs. The heart settles. The energy field softens. The subconscious receives what has been spoken with love. This is why the thoughts that are carried into the night matter so much. They become part of the soil in which tomorrow begins to grow. A loving mind before sleep is like good rain falling on a garden. It nourishes what is ready to bloom. It softens what has gone dry. It supports life in ways that may not be visible by morning, yet the change is there. A fearful mind before sleep can feel like a storm that shakes the branches and keeps the roots unsettled. So tonight is a chance to choose another way, a softer way, a trusting way, a way that says, I may not see it all, but I am willing to believe that life is still working for me. That willingness is enough to begin. Trust does not need to be perfect. It can be small and tender. It can begin as a whisper. It can begin as a quiet thought that says, "Perhaps I do not need to carry this all by myself. Perhaps there is a greater order at work. Perhaps the universe is already tending to what concerns this heart." Even perhaps is powerful because it opens a door. It softens the hard edges of fear and allows a little light to enter. There is a deep peace in knowing that not everything depends on effort. Some things grow because they are meant to grow. Some things heal because the time for healing has come. Some answers rise because the soul has become ready to receive them. The moon does not rush to be full. The morning does not force its way into the sky. The tide does not fight to return. Life moves in rhythm. Life moves in wisdom. Life moves in timing that often cannot be improved by fear. So the heart can rest in that rhythm tonight. It can stop demanding that every piece fall into place right away. It can stop measuring what has not yet appeared. It can stop naming silence as failure. The silence may be full of grace. The waiting may be full of preparation. The stillness may be full of healing. There is so much love in the unseen work of life. A beautiful thought for the night is this: even now, life is arranging itself for good. That one thought can soften many fears. Another gentle truth can follow. Even in sleep, healing continues. Even in rest, answers ripen. Even in stillness, the universe is active. These are not just comforting words. They are a deeper spiritual truth. Life is always moving toward balance. Love is always seeking expression. Healing is always available. There may be things the heart has prayed for quietly: peace, clarity, relief, comfort, direction, healing, support. None of these prayers are lost. The universe hears the language of longing. It hears the tiredness. It hears the hope. It hears even the prayer that has no words at all. And the response does not always arrive in the form expected. Sometimes it arrives as strength in the middle of uncertainty. Sometimes it arrives as a delay that prevents pain. Sometimes it arrives as the sudden calm that says, "Rest now, all is being handled." That calm is precious. It is not weakness. It is not avoidance. It is trust. Real trust. The kind of trust that knows control is not the same as safety. The kind of trust that knows surrender is not defeat. The kind of trust that says, "I can release my grip because life is wiser than fear." This kind of surrender is powerful. It allows the body to soften. It allows the mind to stop racing. It allows the soul to return to its natural state, which is peace. It is helpful to think of the universe as a loving presence that never sleeps, not a force that judges, not a distant power that must be begged, but a loving intelligence always aware, always available, always moving with wisdom. Like the night sky holding every star in place, The universe holds every detail of life with care. Nothing is too small. Nothing is forgotten. Nothing is outside the reach of love. And when this is truly felt, even for a moment, something in the chest loosens. The breath becomes fuller. The mind no longer needs to keep watch so intensely. The heart can say, I am supported even now. I am guided even now. I am safe enough to sleep. These truths send healing through the whole being. The body hears them as safety. The emotions hear them as comfort. The spirit hears them as home. There is such sweetness in letting the night become a place of partnership with the universe. Not a lonely struggle with thought, but a quiet joining with a love greater than personal effort. The day may have felt like pushing, planning, managing, and holding everything together. But the night can become something else entirely. The night can become a sacred handover. A quiet offering, a gentle release into wiser care. A soft prayer can rise from this space. I place my life in loving hands tonight. I trust what I cannot yet see. I allow peace to do its healing work. These thoughts open the heart. They tell the nervous system it no longer needs to brace. They tell the soul it is free to rest. They tell life itself, I am willing to receive support. The most beautiful part is that the universe does not need strain to respond. It responds to openness. It responds to alignment. It responds to the quiet willingness to stop fighting what the soul already knows. Sometimes the greatest healing happens not when more is done, but when resistance ends. When the inner voice says, I release this now. I trust this now. I rest in love now. That is what makes the night so holy. It invites the release of effort and the return of faith. It offers a place where the unseen can continue its beautiful work without interference from fear. It offers a place where the body may sleep, the mind may soften, and the heart may remember that it is never alone. So let the darkness be kind tonight. Let it be a soft place, not an empty one. Let it remind the heart that hidden does not mean absent. Let it remind the mind that silence does not mean nothing is happening. Let it remind the whole being that life knows how to move, heal, and restore, even without constant effort. The universe is not confused about the way forward. Love is not confused about how to heal. And there is such peace in no longer having to figure it all out before sleep. Tonight, the heart can rest in this gentle truth. While the body sleeps, life continues in wisdom. While the eyes close, healing continues in love. While the mind grows quiet, the universe keeps tending, arranging, softening, and guiding. There is no need to force the night to give answers. It is enough to let the night hold what is not yet understood. It is enough to trust that the unseen is not empty. It is alive with grace. there is a quiet wisdom in the way the body speaks. It may not use words, and yet it is always communicating. It speaks through tight shoulders, through a restless chest, through the way the breath becomes shallow when worry begins to rise. It speaks through tired eyes, through a heavy heart, through the need to lie down and be still after carrying too much for too long. The body is never working against life. It is always trying to help. It is always trying to protect. It is always responding to the thoughts that pass through the mind and the feelings that settle into the heart. This is why the inner world matters so deeply. A thought is not just a thought. It sends a message. A repeated thought becomes a kind of instruction. The body listens to what the mind says again and again. When the inner voice is filled with fear, pressure, or harshness, the body often responds by becoming tense, guarded, and tired. It begins to live as though danger is always near. Even when the room is quiet, even when the night is calm, the body may still be holding yesterday's worry, last week's pain, or an old belief that says it must stay ready. Yet the body also knows how to respond to love. When the thoughts become softer, the body begins to soften too. When the inner words become kind, the nervous system begins to feel safer. When peace is welcomed, healing becomes easier. This is such a beautiful truth because it means change can begin gently. It does not have to start with force. It does not have to begin with perfect understanding. It can begin with one loving thought, one kind sentence, one soft breath, one moment of choosing peace over pressure. There is great healing in noticing this connection without judgment. No blame is needed. No shame is needed. It is enough to see clearly that the mind and body are always dancing together. Thoughts touch emotions. Emotions touch the body. The body then sends signals back to the mind. If the cycle has been filled with fear, then love can begin to create a new cycle. A calmer thought can create a calmer feeling. A calmer feeling can create a softer body. A softer body can send a message back that says, all is well enough for this moment. That is such a healing message. All is well enough for this moment. Not because every answer has arrived, not because every difficulty has vanished, but because this breath is here now. This bed, this night, this quiet moment is here now. In this moment, there can be enough safety for the body to release a little more. In this moment, there can be enough peace for the heart to rest a little deeper. In this moment, there can be enough love for the mind to stop racing and begin to trust. The body loves gentle signals. It loves being spoken to with tenderness. It loves receiving the message that it no longer has to brace for what might happen next. The body has carried so much. It has carried emotional storms. It has carried silent stress. It has carried habits of worry that may have been practiced for many years, and still it is willing to heal. Still, it is ready to respond to kindness. Still, it is listening for a new message. A beautiful message for the body at night is this: Dear body, thank you for carrying me. Thank you for trying to protect me. You may rest now. These words are simple, yet they bring so much comfort. They honor the body instead of fighting it. They offer appreciation instead of criticism. They create a bridge between the mind and the body, a bridge made of love. And love is what the whole system has always needed most. There are times when emotions settle into the body so quietly that they are not even noticed at first. A long-held sadness may feel like heaviness in the chest. Unspoken fear may feel like a knot in the stomach. A habit of pushing too hard may feel like exhaustion deep in the bones. The body keeps these records gently, faithfully, until love is invited in. And when love begins to enter, when awareness begins to shine softly into these places, release can begin. Not all at once, not in a dramatic moment, but gently, honestly, naturally. It helps to know that there is nothing strange about this. Thoughts influence feelings. Feelings influence the body. This is part of being human. It is part of the sacred design of life. The good news is that this design also allows healing to move in the other direction. A peaceful thought can ease an anxious emotion. A softened emotion can relax the body. A relaxed body can make it easier for the mind to believe in safety again. The circle can change. The inner climate can change. The night can become a place where a new message is written into the whole being. That new message does not need to be complicated. It can be very simple. Life loves simplicity. The body loves simplicity. Soft phrases repeated with sincerity carry deep power. My body is safe right now. My breath is calm and steady. Peace is flowing through me now. I release this day from every cell of my body. These are not empty words. They are seeds. They enter quietly, and the body receives them as comfort. The heart receives them as permission. The nervous system receives them as a sign that it can stop working so hard. There is something especially healing about choosing these thoughts before sleep, because the night is such an open space. The world becomes quieter. The mind becomes more open. The subconscious mind is more ready to receive what is offered. This is why loving words before sleep matter. The final thoughts of the day do not disappear. They drift inward. They settle into deeper layers. They continue to echo softly while the body rests. So if the last message is fear, the body may stay on alert. If the last message is peace, the body is more likely to soften into restoration. Tonight, peace can be the message. Tonight, love can be the message. Tonight, the body can be told again and again, you do not have to hold pain so tightly. You do not have to keep this tension alive. You do not have to stay prepared for what is not here. Rest is allowed. Healing is allowed. Ease is allowed. It is also beautiful to understand that the body does not need harsh commands. It does not respond well to being pushed into calm. It responds to tenderness. It responds to patience. It responds to being included in the healing process with kindness. Just as a frightened child relaxes more easily when spoken to with love, the body relaxes more easily when treated with gentleness. A gentle hand on the heart, a slower breath, a kind inner sentence. These small acts are not small at all. They are the language of safety. The mind-body connection becomes even clearer when looking back on the day. A fearful thought may have made the chest tighten. A painful memory may have changed the breath. A stressful moment may have stayed in the shoulders long after it was over. But now, the opposite can happen too. A peaceful thought can open the chest. A loving truth can deepen the breath. A soft prayer can melt tension from the shoulders. Healing does not always ask for grand steps. It often begins with noticing and then choosing a softer way. Perhaps tonight there can be a loving check-in with the body. Not to search for what is wrong, but to bring attention and compassion to what has been working so hard. The forehead may be holding on. The jaw may be holding on. The throat may be holding on. The heart may be holding on. The stomach may be holding on. Each part can be met with love. Each part can be told, "Thank you, dear one." You may soften now. You may let go now. You are safe enough for this moment. How beautiful it is that the body listens. How beautiful it is that even after so much tension, it still knows how to return to peace when given the right message. The body was not created for endless strain. It was created for balance. It was created for rhythm. It was created to move between effort and rest, between activity and renewal. Sleep is part of that holy rhythm. Sleep is one of the body's most loving ways of returning itself to harmony. And the mind can help that return by choosing thoughts that bless rather than burden. This is why self-talk matters so much. The words repeated inside become the atmosphere in which the body lives. If the atmosphere is harsh, the body will contract. If the atmosphere is loving, the body will begin to open. There is no need to be perfect with this. There is only a need to begin. A new inner tone can be chosen tonight. A kinder voice can enter. A wiser voice can rise above the old noise and say, "I am willing to think thoughts that heal. I am willing to speak to myself in ways that bring peace. I am willing to let my body know that it is loved." That willingness alone begins to change everything. The body hears it as hope. The heart hears it as support. The subconscious hears it as a new instruction. This is how transformation often begins, not in a loud moment, but in a quiet decision. A decision to no longer fill the inner world with pressure. A decision to no longer speak fear into every open space. A a decision to become a loving presence inside the self. And from that place, the whole being begins to feel different. So tonight, as sleep comes closer, the connection between thoughts, feelings, and the body can be honored with tenderness. There is no need to fight what has been. There is only the opportunity to choose what comes next. Peace can come next. Softness can come next. Healing can come next. The body can rest under the message of love. The emotions can rest under the message of safety. The mind can rest under the message that nothing more needs to be done right now. And when the inner world becomes quieter, even for a little while, the body recognizes that sacred opening. It says yes to it. It leans toward it. It begins to trust it. This is the miracle of kindness. This is the gift of loving thought. This is the power of a peaceful night. The mind softens, the emotions settle, the body listens, and all through the whole being, healing begins to hum like a soft song in the dark. There can be such relief in knowing that fear does not have to lead the night. Fear may speak loudly at times. It may arrive with old habits, old stories, old pictures of what could go wrong. It may try to convince the mind that peace must wait until every uncertainty is gone. But peace does not need fear's permission to enter. Trust can rise even while questions remain. Calm can settle even while the future is not yet clear. This is one of the most loving gifts that can be given to the heart before sleep. The freedom to rest without needing to solve everything first. Fear often begins as a thought that is repeated until it feels true. It may say something is too broken, too late, too hard, too uncertain. It may say that rest is unsafe, that letting go is dangerous, that only constant thinking can protect what matters. Yet fear is not wisdom. Fear is tension looking for control. Fear is the mind trying to create safety by gripping tighter. And while this may seem helpful for a moment, it usually leaves the whole being tired, restless, and far away from peace. Trust feels very different. Trust does not shout. Trust does not rush. Trust is quiet and steady. Trust says that life is still moving even when the next step is not visible. Trust says that healing does not stop just because the mind grows quiet. Trust says that there is a loving order larger than worry. Trust says that this night can be safe, this breath can be safe, this moment can be safe. And when trust is welcomed, something inside begins to unclench. This does not mean pretending that nothing has been difficult. It does not mean pushing feelings away or covering pain with empty words. It means bringing love into the place where fear has been speaking for too long. It means allowing another voice to rise. A kinder voice, a wiser voice. A voice that knows how to guide the heart back to center. This voice can say softly and honestly, "It is all right to stop worrying for now. It is all right to rest in the unknown. It is all right to let life hold this for a while." How healing those words can be. They do not demand instant change. They simply open a door. And once that door is open, even a little peace can begin to enter. Fear may still be near, but it no longer has to run to the whole inner world. Trust can take a seat beside it. Love can take a seat beside it. A quieter knowing can begin to spread through the mind like warm light. Sometimes it helps to notice the difference between a fearful thought and a trusting thought. A fearful thought tightens. A trusting thought softens. A fearful thought rushes. A trusting thought slows down. A fearful thought leaves the body braced. A trusting thought gives the body permission to rest. This is such a beautiful way to choose at night, not by arguing with the mind, but by asking gently, does this thought bring more fear or does it bring more peace? If it brings fear, it does not need to be carried into sleep. If it brings peace, it is welcome to stay. A peaceful thought might sound like this: life is unfolding in ways I do not yet fully see. Another peaceful thought may say, I do not need to know everything tonight. Another may whisper, what is meant for me is already on its way. Or perhaps, love is working behind the scenes. Each of these thoughts helps shift the inner ground from strain to trust. Each one tells the body that it is no longer required to guard against every possible pain. Each one helps the heart become lighter. This is how the old pattern begins to change. Fear says, hold on tighter. Trust says, breathe. Fear says, think harder. Trust says, soften. Fear says, stay awake inside. Trust says, let the night help. These are very different energies. Fear drains. Trust restores. Fear closes. Trust opens. Fear tries to force. Trust allows. And allowing is one of the most powerful spiritual acts there is. Allowing means making room for grace. It means stepping out of the way of the healing that is already trying to happen. It means no longer standing guard over every outcome. It means saying yes to support, yes to rest, yes to not knowing, yes to being carried for a while by something wiser than personal effort. The heart loves this kind of permission. The heart relaxes when it no longer has to pretend it can do everything alone. There may be old beliefs that rise at night. Old beliefs that say only constant effort brings safety. Old beliefs that say peace must be earned. Old beliefs that say letting go means losing control. But these beliefs can be met with compassion and then gently replaced. A new truth can enter. Peace is safe. Rest is healing. Letting go is loving. I am supported by life, even now. These are truths the heart has longed to hear. These are truths the body has longed to believe. As trust grows, even a little, the whole being begins to feel less alone. There is comfort in knowing that this night does not need to be managed with fear. There is comfort in knowing that not every thought deserves attention. There is comfort in knowing that gentle focus can be given instead to what soothes, what blesses, what steadies, what heals. Trust is like a soft blanket placed over a tired mind. It quiets the sharp edges. It calms the inner weather. It creates space for sleep to come naturally. This shift from fear to trust is not a one-time thing. It is a tender practice. Somning, HTS, it comes easily. Some nights it comes in small steps. Some nights the mind wanders back to worry, and then it is lovingly guided home again. This is all right. There is no failure in returning. In fact, returning is the practice. Returning to love, returning to breath, returning to peace, returning to the truth that life is not asking for fear in order to help. And there is so much beauty in choosing trust before sleep, because the subconscious mind receives what is repeated with feeling. A fearful night plants fearful seeds. A trusting night plants trusting seeds. Over time, these seeds begin to grow. The inner world becomes less hostile. The body becomes less guarded. The morning begins to feel different. Not because life outside changes all at once, but because something inside has chosen a new foundation. Trust can become that foundation. Trust in life. Trust in healing. Trust in timing. Trust in the loving intelligence of the universe. Trust that rest is not wasted time. Trust that silence can be fruitful. Trust that this very night may be doing more good than the mind can measure. This is not blind hope. This is sacred cooperation with life. This is the soul remembering what fear tried to make it forget. So let trust speak a little louder now. Let it say, all is well enough for sleep. Let it say, tomorrow does not need tonight's worry. Let it say, I rest in loving care. Let it say, what needs healing is already being touched by love. These words bring the whole being closer to peace. They shift the inner tone. They change the emotional air. They create a field in which the heart can feel protected without being tense. And when trust settles in, sleep feels different. The body does not just fall asleep. It yields. It lets itself be held. It no longer fights the bed, the breath, the silence, the night. It begins to surrender, and in that surrender there is deep healing. Fear would keep everything awake. Trust says, hush now. Rest now. Life is still working. Love is still here. You are safe enough to sleep. There is something very sacred about the moments just before sleep. The world outside becomes distant, and the inner world becomes more open. The thoughts that are spoken softly in these moments do not simply pass away. They sink deeper. They travel inward. They reach quiet places in the subconscious mind where old beliefs have lived for a very long time. This is why loving words before sleep can be so powerful. They enter the inner garden at the hour when the soil is most open. Affirmations are gentle seeds planted in that garden. They are not meant to be forced or rushed. They are not magic words spoken without feeling. They are loving truths repeated with willingness, with tenderness, and with the desire to create a new inner pattern. An affirmation is a blessing given to the mind, the body, and the heart. It is a way of choosing what will be nourished. It is a way of telling the subconscious, this is the direction of healing now. This is the truth I am willing to grow into. This is the love I am ready to receive. At night, affirmations become especially soothing because they do not have to fight so much noise. The day is over. The world is quieter. The body is beginning to soften, and the subconscious mind is listening. This is a beautiful time to choose thoughts that heal rather than thoughts that wound. It is a beautiful time to offer the inner self words that create trust, peace, and safety. Even a few loving affirmations repeated slowly can begin to change the feeling of the whole night. An affirmation does not need to feel perfect to be helpful. It does not even have to feel fully believed at first. It only needs a little willingness, a little openness, a little softness. Sometimes the heart is ready to say, yes, this is true. Other times the heart can only say, I am willing to let this become true for me. That is enough. Willingness is enough. Love works beautifully with willingness. A simple way to use affirmations before sleep is to let them move with the breath. A soft inhale, a soft exhale, and a gentle sentence within. They can be spoken silently. They can be whispered. They can be repeated slowly like a lullaby for the soul. They do not need to be said many times with strain. They can be allowed to drift through the mind in a relaxed, comforting way. The body responds best when the words feel soothing. The subconscious responds best when the words are offered with calm and kindness. For this night, for this sacred atmosphere of surrender and trust, affirmations of peace and support carry special healing. A loving thought may be, I am safe in the arms of life. Another may be, as I sleep, the universe is working for my highest good. Another may be, my body is relaxing, my mind is quieting, and my heart is at peace. These words create a different inner environment. They bless the body. They comfort the emotions. They guide the mind away from struggle and into rest. There may also be a need for affirmations that help release the day. So many thoughts gather by evening, and affirmations can help gently clear them away. I lovingly release this day. I let go of what I cannot change tonight. I release all pressure from my mind and body. Everything that is unfinished can wait in peace. These are healing thoughts because they tell the whole system that the work of the day is complete. They make room for rest to be full and uninterrupted. Some affirmations are especially beautiful for the heart. The heart sometimes needs to hear what it has longed for in silence. I am loved. I am supported. I am not alone. Life is on my side. Healing is happening for me now. Such words can feel like a warm blanket around emotional pain. They bring tenderness to places that have felt unseen. They remind the deeper self that love has not gone anywhere. Love is still present. Love is still available. Love is still doing its quiet work. Affirmations can also help the body let go of stored tension. The body responds to the tone of what is said. Loving words create a signal of safety. A few beautiful affirmations for the body may be, every part of my body is relaxing now. My breath is slow and peaceful. I send love to every cell in my body. My body knows how to heal. I trust the wisdom within me. These are not just comforting ideas. They are instructions of peace. They guide the body toward repair, balance, and ease. At times, affirmations can be used when sleep feels far away. If the mind begins to wander into worry, an affirmation can become an anchor, not a forceful tool, but a gentle return. A soft sentence repeated with patience can keep the mind from drifting too far into fear. It can bring attention back to the breath, back to the body, back to the present. It can say quietly, all is well. Or I choose peace instead of this thought. Or I rest in the care of the universe. These gentle returns teach the mind a new way to be with the night. It is also helpful to understand that affirmations are most powerful when they are simple and kind. Long, complicated phrases are not needed. The subconscious loves clarity. The body loves ease. A few words said with love can do more than many words spoken with tension. Peace is here. I am safe. I release this day. Love is guiding me. Sleep restores me. These short affirmations are easy to carry. They can be repeated naturally, without strain. They can become companions in the quiet. There is no need to choose many affirmations at once. Sometimes one or two are enough. In fact, the heart often responds more deeply when the words are few and soothing. One beautiful affirmation can become the whole atmosphere of the night. For example, as I sleep, life is healing me. That one thought alone is full of peace. Or, the universe is taking care of what concerns me. Or, I let myself rest in divine love. Each one opens the heart. Each one softens the mind. Each one supports the body. A gentle way to work with affirmations is to say one and then pause. Let the words settle. Let the meaning move through the body. Let the breath carry the truth a little deeper. There is no rush. The pause is part of the healing. The stillness after the words allows the nervous system to receive them. It allows the subconscious to absorb them. It allows the inner self to feel them, not just hear them. This is how affirmations become more than language. They become experience. Night after night, these loving thoughts begin to make new pathways. The old habit of fear slowly becomes less strong. The old habit of tension begins to loosen. The mind becomes more familiar with gentleness. The body becomes more familiar with safety. The heart becomes more familiar with hope. This is why affirmations are such beautiful companions for healing. They are small, yes, but they are steady, and steady love changes everything over time. Affirmations may also be joined with gratitude. Gratitude softens the inner world and makes the heart more open. Before sleep, a gentle thought of gratitude can deepen the power of affirmations. Thank you for this bed. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for the healing already underway. Thank you for the love surrounding this night. Gratitude does not ignore pain. It's simple. It opens a little more room for peace. It tells the heart that even now there is goodness present. Even now there is support. And if it feels right, affirmations can be offered almost like a prayer to the universe. Not as begging, but as loving agreement. A quiet joining with the healing energy of life. I welcome peace into this night. I welcome healing into my sleep. I welcome loving answers in their right time. I welcome the gentle work of the universe in every part of my life. These thoughts create harmony. They say yes to support. They say yes to being carried. They say yes to rest without fear. The most important thing is that affirmations be given with tenderness. They are not a test. They are not a way to prove spiritual worth. They are acts of self-love. They are gifts. They are the loving words that perhaps should have been heard many times before and now can be heard at last. They are a re-education in kindness, a return to truth, a nightly blessing over the mind, the body, and the heart. So as the night deepens and the breath becomes softer, these loving truths can continue to flow gently through the inner world. I am safe. I am supported. I release this day. My body knows how to heal. My heart is at peace. The universe is working for my good. Sleep restores every part of me. All is well in this moment. These words can be repeated slowly, softly, lovingly, until they begin to feel like the natural language of the soul. And little by little, the whole being begins to receive them. The mind becomes quieter. The body becomes heavier in the sweetest way. The heart feels wrapped in something gentle and steady. The night no longer feels like a place where worries must be carried. It becomes a sacred resting place where love is allowed to do its work. The affirmations continue like a soft stream flowing through the dark, blessing every thought, every breath, every cell, until sleep comes like a tender answer. There is a beautiful kindness in giving the night a small ritual, not a complicated one, not something that must be done perfectly. Just a gentle practice that tells the mind, the body, and the heart that the day is ending now, and peace is welcome here. A simple night practice can become a bridge from effort to ease. It can help release what has been carried, soften what has become tight, and open the inner world to healing. The most loving practices are often the simplest ones because they meet the soul where it is without pressure. One of the gentlest practices for the evening is to let the day pour out onto paper. A few quiet lines in a journal can do so much. Thoughts that feel tangled inside often begin to soften when they are written down. Worries that have been circling in the mind can lose some of their weight when they are given a place to rest outside the body. There is no need for perfect sentences. There is no need for deep analysis. A few honest words are enough. What felt heavy today? What is ready to be released tonight? What the heart needs to hear before sleep? This kind of writing becomes a soft clearing. It tells the nervous system that it no longer has to hold everything all at once. Sometimes it helps to write a simple release at the end of the page. Something like, "I give this day to peace," or "I place all of this in loving hands now," or "Tonight, I let life hold what I can no longer carry." These little closing sentences act like a prayer. They draw a gentle line between the day and the night. They say, "Enough for now." They say, "The work is complete." They say, "Rest may begin." Even writing just one of these sentences slowly, with intention, can create a powerful shift in the whole being. Another loving practice is gratitude, not forced gratitude. Not a demand to feel cheerful when the heart is tired. Just a soft noticing of what was good, what was kind, what was still beautiful. Perhaps it was a quiet breath, a warm drink, a moment of relief, a kind word, a patch of sunlight, a safe place to lie down. Gratitude is powerful because it gently changes the direction of the mind. It does not deny pain. It simply opens another window. It lets in a little light. It reminds the heart that even on difficult days, goodness still exists. Even in uncertain times, there are small signs of care. At night, gratitude can be very calming. It helps the mind move away from what is unfinished and toward what is already present. A simple practice might be to think of 3 gentle things and whisper, "Thank you," after each one. Thank you for carrying me through this day. Thank you for the comfort that is here now. Thank you for the healing already beginning. These quiet thank yous settle into the heart like warm light. They do not need to be dramatic. They only need to be sincere. Gratitude offered softly before sleep creates a beautiful inner atmosphere. It says to the body, there is enough goodness here to rest. Mirror work can also be a very tender evening practice, especially when the heart needs reassurance. It does not have to happen right before sleep. It may happen earlier in the evening, in a quiet moment, when the mind is more open to kindness. Standing before a mirror for even a short while and offering loving words can begin to change long-held patterns. The face in the mirror does not need criticism. It does not need pressure. It needs love. It needs gentleness. It needs truth. A few simple words can be enough. I love you. I am here for you. You did enough today. You may rest now. You are safe with me. There is something deeply healing about seeing the eyes and speaking kindly. For many hearts, this may feel unfamiliar at first. That is all right. Love often feels new in places that have known too much pressure. The important thing is not to force emotion. The important thing is to let kindness be present. Over time, those loving words begin to sink in. The inner self begins to trust them. The mind begins to soften around them. The body begins to believe them. This is why even a brief moment of mirror work can bring comfort that lasts into the night. A hand placed gently over the heart is another beautiful practice. There is wisdom in this simple gesture. The body understands touch. The heart understands presence. When the hand rests over the chest, it can feel as though the whole being is being gathered in love. The breath can slow, the mind can quiet, the emotions can be met with compassion. Nothing has to be solved in that moment. The hand on the heart says, I am here, I am listening. I am not abandoning myself tonight. It is such a powerful message. With the hand resting there, a few soft breaths can become a prayer of release. Inhale peace, exhale pressure. Inhale trust, exhale worry. Inhale love, exhale the day. This kind of breathing is not just calming. It is deeply healing because it joins thought, breath, and body in one act of kindness. It tells the nervous system that it is no longer alone. It tells the emotions that they do not need to shout in order to be heard. It tells the mind that there is another way through the night besides fear. There is also beauty in mentally handing the day over to the universe. This may happen while lying quietly in bed. One by one, every concern can be placed into loving care. This worry, this question, this sadness, this hope, this tiredness, this unfinished thing, all of it can be gently offered up. No struggle is needed. Just a soft inner gesture of release. A willingness to say, I do not carry this alone anymore. I let the universe hold this while I rest. This practice is simple, yet it opens so much space for peace. Sometimes the mind needs a clear image to help it let go. It may help to sense every burden being placed into a beautiful basket and set into loving hands. Or to feel every heavy thought becoming a leaf floating down a quiet stream. Or to feel every worry becoming a cloud that slowly drifts away into a peaceful sky. These gentle images are not childish. They are healing. They give the mind a softer language. They allow the heart to relax through symbol and feeling. They help the body loosen where words alone may not reach. What matters most in any night practice is the feeling of gentleness. The practice is not meant to become another task. It is not meant to become one more thing to do correctly. It is meant to become a kindness, a little sanctuary at the end of the day, a sacred pause that says, "This is where the healing begins. This is where the inner world becomes safe again. This is where love takes the lead." Even a few minutes of such practice can make a difference. A few lines in a journal, a few quiet thank yous, a hand on the heart, a loving glance in the mirror, a few breaths with tenderness, a soft release into the universe. These acts may appear small, yet they speak loudly to the subconscious. They say, "I care for myself now." They say, "I no longer want to live only in strain." They say, "I am creating a new way to end the day, a new way to rest, a new way to heal." And what a beautiful thing it is to create that new way. Because little by little the night begins to feel different. Sleep begins to feel more welcoming. The body begins to recognize the signs of safety. The mind begins to trust this evening rhythm. The heart begins to look forward to being held with care instead of entering the night with fear. This is the power of a loving practice. It becomes familiar. It becomes sacred. It becomes a doorway through which peace enters again and again. There is no need to do every practice every night. Some nights the heart may want journaling. Some nights it may want only one hand on the chest and one loving sentence. Some nights gratitude may be enough. Some nights simply saying, "I release this day with love," may be all that is needed. This freedom is important. Healing grows best where there is room to listen inward. The soul knows what it needs. The body knows what it needs. And the practice can be allowed to stay soft and honest. The more lovingly the evening is approached, the more the whole being begins to respond. The nervous system learns that the night is not a place of battle. The mind learns that silence can be safe. The heart learns that it does not have to carry everything into tomorrow. This is such a gift. It is a gift of self-kindness. It is a gift of healing. It is a gift of trust. And it opens the door for sleep to become not just a pause, but a sacred restoration. There is a quiet comfort in the way life explains itself through simple things. Sometimes the deepest truths do not arrive through long teaching. They arrive through a leaf, a sky, a cup of water, a seed in the dark. Nature is always showing how healing works. It is always showing how life moves without strain. And when the heart is tired, these gentle examples can bring so much peace because they remind the soul that it does not have to force its way into wholeness. Think of a glass of water that has been stirred until it turns cloudy. While it is being shaken, nothing can settle. Everything stays mixed, restless, unclear. But when the glass is set down and left in stillness, the water slowly becomes clear on its own. This is such a kind picture of the mind. So often there is an urge to keep stirring, to keep thinking, rethinking, pushing, asking, and turning everything over. Yet clarity does not always come through more movement. Very often, clarity comes when the stirring stops. The mind settles. The heart quiets. The inner world becomes still enough for truth to rise naturally. The same is true for healing. So much of healing asks for gentleness rather than force. A wound on the body is not healed by pulling at it. It is healed by being protected, by being given time, by being left in peace, so the deeper wisdom of life can do its work. Emotional healing moves in much the same way. The heart is not healed through constant pressure. It is healed through tenderness, patience, and loving care. It is healed when there is enough safety for the pain to loosen its grip. It is healed when life is allowed to move quietly underneath the surface. The moon offers another beautiful lesson. It does not rush to become full. It does not panic when part of it is hidden. It moves in cycles with perfect grace. Some nights it appears as only a small sliver, and yet its fullness is still there in truth. Nothing is wrong in those quiet phases. Nothing is missing wrong its nature. It is simply moving in divine timing. How comforting this is for the heart that feels incomplete or uncertain. A season of not seeing the whole picture does not mean the whole is not there. A quiet phase does not mean failure. A slower season does not mean life has forgotten how to bloom. The seed beneath the soil carries this truth too. In the dark earth, nothing seems to be happening. There is no flower yet. No stem, no sign above the surface. And still, something miraculous is unfolding below. The shell is breaking, the first roots are forming, life is gathering itself in silence. It does not ask to be seen before it begins. It does not wait for applause. It trusts the process written within it. This is such a beautiful metaphor for the unseen growth that happens in quiet nights, in slow seasons, in moments when outward change has not yet arrived. Hidden does not mean empty. Hidden often means holy. There are also evenings when the heart feels like winter, when everything seems still, bare, and resting. Yet winter is not the end of life. It is a season of inward work. The roots deepen. The earth restores. Energy is conserved. Preparation is happening beneath what appears still. The soul has winters too. Times when little seems to move on the outside. Times when rest feels more natural than action. Times when silence becomes the teacher. These are not wasted seasons. They are sacred. They are part of life's rhythm. They are often where new strength is quietly formed. Even the body teaches this. After a day of motion, it naturally seeks rest. It does not apologize for needing sleep. It does not ask permission to repair. It simply returns to its design. Muscles restore. Breath slows. Systems reset. Cells renew. The body knows that healing is not laziness. Healing is wisdom. The body knows that renewal often comes not through doing more, but through allowing enough. Enough rest, enough softness, enough peace. And what the body knows, the spirit knows too. A room filled with noise feels very different from a room that has fallen quiet. When the noise stops, the whole space changes. The same walls remain. The same furniture remains. Yet the feeling is different. It becomes gentler, calmer, more open. The inner world works in much the same way. The outer situation may not change in one night, but when the noise inside begins to settle, everything feels different. The same life is there, and yet it is experienced through peace instead of pressure. This is why inner quiet matters so much. It changes the quality of the whole experience. Sometimes the heart forgets this and believes that peace can only come after the outside changes. But nature says otherwise. The flower opens from within. The water clears from within. The seed grows from within. The moon remains whole even when only part is seen. Life is always moving from inside outward, and so it is with healing. A peaceful inner shift may be the beginning of many beautiful outer changes. The heart that rests begins to see differently. The mind that softens begins to choose differently. The body that feels safe begins to respond differently. This is how gentle inner work becomes visible over time. The sky at night offers perhaps the kindest image of all. So wide, so still, so patient. Clouds may pass through it. Storms may move across it. Darkness may cover it. And yet the sky itself remains untouched, spacious, and open. The deeper self is like that sky. Thoughts come and go. Emotions rise and fall. Some nights feel clear. Some nights feel full of weather. But beneath all of it, there is an inner vastness that remains whole. A peace that has not been broken. A truth that has not been damaged. A loving presence within that waits quietly to be remembered. These simple images can bring such ease because they do not demand anything. They do not argue. They do not pressure. They simply show the heart what is already true. Healing does not have to be forced. Growth does not have to be loud. Trust does not have to be dramatic. Life is already full of gentle examples of how the unseen can be powerful, how stillness can be productive, how quiet can be sacred. And the heart can rest in that wisdom tonight. So if there is a feeling that nothing is happening, let the seed in the dark be remembered. If there is a fear that peace is too far away, let the glass of water be remembered. If there is impatience with the process, let the moon be remembered. If there is doubt in the value of rest, let the body be remembered. These are loving reminders from life itself. They say, trust the quiet work, trust the hidden timing, trust the sacred stillness, trust the healing that continues beneath what can be seen. And how lovely it is to let these images drift through the mind as sleep draws near, not as effort, but as comfort. The heart does not need more strain. It needs reminders of how naturally life heals when it is not being forced. It needs reminders that becoming whole is often a quiet unfolding. It needs reminders that the universe is not in a hurry and that divine timing is full of love. These gentle metaphors become soft companions for the night. They whisper that all is not lost in silence. Much is being made ready there. Now the night becomes deeper, softer, slower. The breath begins to settle into a gentle rhythm. The body feels heavier in the sweetest way, as if it is being welcomed by the bed, by the quiet, by the dark that holds no demand. This is the sacred part of the evening, where everything begins to loosen a little more. The mind does not need to keep up with the day any longer. The heart does not need to carry every feeling to the edge of tomorrow. The body does not need to brace for what is not here. This is a time to sink, a time to soften, a time to let peace move through every layer of being. There is no need to rush toward sleep. Sleep comes most kindly when it is invited, not chased. So the whole being can simply be here, in this tender space between waking and rest, allowing every breath to become a little slower, every thought to become a little lighter, every muscle to become a little more at ease. The face may soften, the jaw may unclench, the shoulders may melt downward, the stomach may release, the chest may open, the legs may grow still. Every part of the body can be given permission to rest. This is not just a physical softening. It is an emotional softening too. The heart can loosen around the things it has been holding tightly. The need to understand can soften. The need to control can soften. The need to be ready for every possibility can soften. The old habit of staying alert can soften. For this moment, it is enough to be held by the quiet. It is enough to be held by love. It is enough to be held by the unseen care of the universe. If a thought rises, it does not need to be followed far. It can be noticed and then gently blessed. Not now. Peace now. Rest now. The mind can be guided softly, the way a loving hand guides a child back to bed after a bad dream. No harshness, no struggle, just kindness. The same kind thought as many times as needed. All is well enough for this moment. I am safe enough to rest. Life is watching over what concerns me. These words become like a lullaby, not only for the mind, but for the whole nervous system. The night itself feels different when it is received in this way. It no longer feels empty or uncertain. It begins to feel like a cocoon, like a warm covering around all that has been too exposed, too stretched, too awake. In this soft darkness, there is healing. In this slowness, there is mercy. In this quiet, there is a deep kind of support that does not ask for anything in return. The body can feel that support. The heart can feel that support. The soul can feel that support. There is such tenderness in letting tomorrow remain where it belongs. Tomorrow does not need to enter this bed. It does not need to climb into this moment and ask for plans, answers, or effort. Tomorrow may wait. Tomorrow will come in its own time, and when it comes, it will bring its own breath, its own light, its own wisdom. But tonight is not for tomorrow. Tonight is for healing. Tonight is for surrender. Tonight is for letting the mind step aside so the deeper currents of life can continue their beautiful work. The heart can rest in that. The body can trust that. There is no need to hold the future together with thought. There is no need to guard every possibility. There is no need to rehearse pain in advance. This is the hour for release. This is the hour to lay everything down and let rest become holy again. Even the deepest concerns can be placed softly into the care of life. Not because they do not matter, but because they matter enough to be held by something wiser than fear. And while the eyes grow heavy and the edges of thought begin to blur, something very gentle can continue within. A quiet knowing. A peaceful current beneath the fading thoughts. A soft sense that all is being tended to. Not all at once, perhaps, not in ways the mind can measure, but truly, lovingly tended to. The universe is not absent in this dark. Love is not absent in this silence. Healing is not absent in this stillness. In fact, this is often where the deepest restoration begins. The body knows the way now. It knows how to drift. It knows how to surrender weight into the mattress. It knows how to let the breath become slower without trying. It knows how to cross the gentle threshold into sleep. The mind does not have to manage that crossing. The heart does not have to force it. Sleep can come like a soft tide, rising without effort, carrying the whole being into quieter waters. There is nothing to do but allow it. Perhaps the inner voice grows even softer now, saying only what is needed. Peace, safety, love, rest, healing. These simple truths are enough. They are enough for the body, enough for the emotions, enough for the subconscious mind, enough for the soul. The whole being can settle around them the way a bird settles into its nest at night, trusting the dark, trusting the stillness, trusting the unseen rhythm that has always carried life from one day into the next. How sweet it is to be released from the need to keep holding on. How sweet it is to let the breath fall into its natural pace. How sweet it is to let the mind stop working so hard. This too is love. This too is healing. This quiet letting go. This tender surrender. This simple resting in the arms of something greater than personal effort. Even now, even here, that love is present. So the heart may drift, the mind may float, the body may rest more deeply with each passing moment. And if a final thought is needed before sleep carries everything into silence, let it be this: I am safe in the care of life. I am held by love. I am free to rest. These words do not need to be repeated many times. They only need to be felt. They only need to be allowed to settle into the last open spaces of the night. And then sleep may come gently, naturally, like a blessing. And in that blessed stillness, there is room for one more truth to rest softly in the heart. Nothing is being abandoned tonight. Nothing real is being lost in this surrender. What matters is being held in wiser hands. What needs healing is being touched by love. What needs clarity is being prepared in silence. What needs change is already being guided in right timing. The universe is not late. Life is not careless. Love is not absent. All through this night, in ways seen and unseen, the deeper order of healing continues. There is such peace in ending the day this way. Not with fear, not with pressure, not with the feeling that more must be done before rest can be deserved, but with tenderness, with trust, with the simple willingness to let this moment be enough. This is the real gift of the night. It brings the chance to stop struggling with life and begin resting in it. It brings the chance to stop speaking harshly within and begin offering the words that heal. It brings the chance to remember that self-love is not only something for bright mornings and strong moments. Self-love is also this quiet kindness at the end of the day, this soft permission to be held, this loving agreement to rest. And perhaps that is the deepest truth of all. Healing does not always arrive with noise. Sometimes it comes as a softer breath, a calmer heart, a gentler thought, more peaceful night. Sometimes the great transformation begins in very small ways, in the tiny moments when love is chosen over fear, rest is chosen over strain, and trust is chosen over control. These small moments are not small to the soul. They are sacred. They are the beginning of a new inner life. So let this be the final knowing that settles into the heart tonight. All is well in this moment. Not because every question has been answered, but because love is present. Not because every path is visible, but because the way is being prepared. Not because the mind has solved everything, but because the universe is already moving where the mind cannot see. There is nothing more to force. There is nothing more to carry alone. There is only this gentle invitation to rest and allow life to help. The verdict of love is always healing. The verdict of the universe is always growth. The verdict of this night is peace. Sleep may be welcomed now without fear. Tomorrow may be trusted without strain. And the heart may know very quietly and very deeply that even now, everything needed is being touched by grace. So rest, dear heart. Rest in softness. Rest in trust. Rest in the quiet miracle of being lovingly held by life itself. And through this night, let healing continue in peace.